So tonight we've heard 4 testimonies on how God has been at work in the lives of individuals. These individuals found their identity in God, and they found that they were made for a purpose. And as they began to realize their purpose, they saw how God's plan, His good plan, began to unfold in their lives.
But the story goes beyond just the individual. God's plan is for communities of people all around the world, and Northwestern is a part of that. InterVarsity has been a part of God's plan unfolding here at Northwestern. Just as each of those testimonies we just heard, InterVarsity was placed here by God for a purpose.
But in order to see this purpose, we must go way back. God created this world for good, and we were meant to live in harmony and peace with each other. There was no sickness, no poverty, no racism, none of that. Everything was good, and we were meant to live in unity, reflecting the image and love of God like a mirror, because we were together with God.
But we allowed sin to enter into the world. We ruined the perfect community that we had with God and shattered it as we tried to become more like Him. We began to hate each other, and we were separated by boundaries and other barriers.
This is when Jesus comes in, because when He came, He announced to the world that God's plan was moving forward. And by dying on the cross and resurrecting again, He destroyed sin. He brought us back together with God and with each other. Since then, Christians have been working to bring back together this mirror of a perfect community to reflect God's glory and His love.
The story continues here at Northwestern. See, even here, we are far from God, and His perfect community is shattered. But God has called NUIV to be a witnessing community and a model for what it can look like when separated people groups come together. But to do that, we have to reach all different types of people. So we have 6 distinctive communities or chapters that reach the entire campus and bring together God's perfect community in relationship with Him.
Part of that witnessing community is IVCF. IVCF is the general undergraduate chapter of NUIV. We focus on bringing together people of different backgrounds and ethnicities to learn more about each other as we learn more about God. We want to grow in our faith by seeing God in different types of people. And so our vision is that IVCF be a place where everyone is welcome, because we need everyone in order to see God more clearly and experience Him more fully. But we know that we can't do this alone. We know that the reality of broken relationships means that we can't be a witness to all people. We know that not everyone will feel welcome, though we may want them to. We are just one piece of that broken mirror.
And that's why we have an Asian American chapter called AEIV. Our vision is to be a witnessing community to the Asian American community at Northwestern. As an Asian American specific fellowship, we're able to connect with the Asian American students right away. We understand the struggles of being Asian, whether it's related to grades or food. Together, we can dig deeper into what it means to be first generation, second generation, or even third culture kid, and how a faith fits into that. We want to show the love of God through a community of grace. We want to be transformed and sent out and bless Northwestern by being our piece of the mirror.
But that's only 2 pieces. Now we add a third. Lafayette Northwestern is a fellowship of Latinos and those who would identify with Latino culture. Through our experiences with Latino culture, we seek to explore the person of Christ. I believe Lafayette is an excellent resource for those who are looking to feel at home at Northwestern, or to have a familia on campus, so to speak. Not only do you have this benefit of the familia, you are also a part of a greater community of Christian believers, InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. And so slowly, we keep adding to the reflection of God's community.
Which is why we are part of NUIV, a part of God's broken mirror. At House on the Rock, our vision is to connect students through a personal relationship with God, to experience authentic community, and to also explore how our Black identity relates to the gospel. One of the best things about House on the Rock, however, is our community. For me personally, if I ever have a problem or just need to talk to somebody, House on the Rock is the first place I go. Which is why at NUIV, we believe that we can connect beyond just ethnicity and color. We believe that we need more than just different ethnicities in order to express God's love fully.
We believe a full expression of the love that the Creator God has for us can be manifested in art as well, and that is why we have Arts Fellowship. Arts Fellowship is a unique, wonderful group of people that comes together every week to share any struggles they're having, the stresses of the life that comes with being an artist, and just be in community with one another and dig into God's Word. It's been a vital outlet for me and my time at Northwestern. And we are committed to reaching out to the huge artist community that exists at Northwestern. But another community on campus that usually gets ignored
is Greek InterVarsity. Greek IB is a ministry for students who are in all different chapters, Greek chapters of the Northwestern Greek system. We kind of like to think of ourselves as a grassroots ministry. We're working to spread the gospel in the Greek system through our friendships, through our service, and even through chapter Bible studies. To some people, being Greek and being Christian seem like really incompatible things, but at least in my opinion, I think that's what makes this ministry so exciting. I've firsthand gotten to see God work in incredible ways in the lives of some of my sorority sisters and in many members of this community. And God's just working in huge ways in the Northwestern Greek system, and it's so exciting to get to be a part of that.
These 6 chapters form our mirror, but just because we have it, it doesn't mean it's perfect. It's still broken, it's still shattered, and it's still empty. So you might be asking, why don't we just come together as one big community? Wouldn't that make our mirror more complete?
But then people like me
Or me.
might not have found God. These different chapters create a space where we can meet God in the ways He created us. And each person that has met God are crucially important for God's purpose of bringing back this mirror to reflect His image and His glory. So without one of us, you have an imperfect mirror. Without one of you, we have an imperfect mirror.
So we keep our 6 distinctive chapters, our 6 communities. We keep them separate, but we come together and God's plan is realized through one big community. And through that, we have a common vision of seeing students transformed, Northwestern's campus renewed, and world changes developed. That's how God's mirror is developed. That's how God's mirror is seen as a perfect community.